instructions, and that's also connected to the idea of communicative language teaching, in that processing is much easier if the instructions are simple, if they ask the learner to do one or maximum two things at a time. And if we want them to do more things, it has to become another exercise, an exercise B or an exercise number 5, a separate task. So it has to be broken down because it's easier to process. And we always need to consider why we are asking our learners to do whatever we are asking them to do, and whether it reflects real life use. So the idea behind communicative language teaching is this, that we wouldn't want them to be writing questions. I think that was one of their own, if in real life, unless they're teachers, but that's a whole other situation. If in real life, that's not how we engage with, the topic, or that's not what we would normally do. So in real life, we do things like discuss, this and tell your partner what would frighten you most about this, or discuss and tell your partner what you would do next if you heard on the radio that there is a flood coming. These things are, I could imagine a grandmother and a child kind of discussing, genuinely communicating around things. But we don't want to ask them to do display stuff, because write questions or some of your final questions, the discussion questions, were also considered display questions, because you were asking something about the floods in Thailand in 2011, and the questions were answerable based on the information in the text. So that's not a free practice exercise, and those would be what we call display questions, and we really only want to use display questions after only for CCQs, I think.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Why wouldn't they be considered concept checking questions?
That's appropriate, yeah.
To see if they understood the reading and can paraphrase what they learned.
Yeah. So that's where we display. Other than that, we want to stay away from them, especially at the very end, where we are trying to design an engaging, communicative, and broad and open enough question to prompt natural use.